Shalom. All praise the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, great millstone, Ruel. Peace, salutation, brother. Hopefully, pushing this word of truth and sincerity. Just a quick little blessing here. Not too deep or anything like that. Just seeing this little article here where it says, former NBA All-Star Gilbert Arenas says he spent entire rookie salary before draft, lived in arena as a rookie. So based on just the title of this article, he spent all his money before the draft. So before he even played a game, he spent all his money, and he ended up having to live in the arena for a certain period of time. All right, which is stupid. Okay, ultimately that's really, really stupid. And I mean, I understand, yeah, you might be young and dumb or whatever, that's always used as an excuse, but no, at some point, especially he came out of college, you have to have some type of money management sense, okay? But I just want to read this article here, because this was just, well, why, all right? But I also want to point this out, too. When you don't have the fear of Yahweh Shem Al-Shai, meaning when you don't have this wisdom that he gives you of the understanding of these scriptures, you lose in life. You lose at everything. All right. It says former NBA All-Star Gilbert Arenas made an estimated $163.4 million in salary over his 13-year career, but he certainly didn't live like a multimillionaire as a rookie. The three-time All-NBA selection told Vlad TV he spent his entire rookie salary, $845,000, before the draft. Okay, leaving him. So he spent all of his money before he was even drafted. So before he even set foot on the NBA court, he spent all his money. How much sense does that make? Leaving him with a $500 weekly budget for the entire 2001-2002 season. So, I mean, think about that. You're playing at the professional level and you have nothing to show for it. You making as much money as the common folk, as they say. All right. To make matters worse, Arenas had to manage that $500 budget in the ultra expensive Bay Area, and the Bay Area is hella expensive. The Golden State Warriors drafted him 31st overall out of Arizona. Arenas said he spent his entire rookie salary. He cites a chain plus a souped-up Escalade with 5 TVs. And a suit roof, I don't know, as his most notable expenses, because he thought he'd be a top 10 draft pick. So he spent up a foolish man. He spent up all his money before he even received it on a chain and an Escalade with 5 TVs in it. Now, I'm gonna call that shit out. That shit was stupid as hell. Simple as that. It was just dumb as hell. Why would you do that? It makes no sense whatsoever. Alright. Arenas' financial situation became so dire he had to sleep at the Warriors arena because he couldn't afford the gas to drive back and forth far from the glamorous NBA lifestyle he expected. So obviously he didn't count the cost. Okay, you've been playing and training your whole life to be here, and when you get here, it's a rude awakening. Like I said, same thing with this truth. Okay, you got to sit down, you got to count the cost, you got to eat the bitter and the sweet, because everything ain't sweet, everything ain't always bitter. Same thing when you play at the professional level with these professional sports. You enter into Hollywood, music industry, all that stuff. You got the bitter that comes along with the so-called lifestyles. Okay, you got to count that cost. Arena said, "You're not even close to what is expected. You're not good enough. You're on a 2-year deal. I have no money. It wasn't fun. I even said then I wish I could come back to college. I took a pay cut coming here. While Arenas struggled through his first 30 games and became depressed, he finished the season strong thanks in part to his overnight stays at the arena. Arenas, who averaged 10.9 points, 1.5 steals, 3.7 assists as a rookie, said the extra time at the gym helped him become a professional. The beginning of the season, I wasn't good enough to be put on the floor. So he thought he was going to be top 10 pick, ended up being 30 something, and then not even touching the floor. So that anger and drive and just sitting in the gym for hours and hours watching film is what got me going. Arenas eventually made over $160 million as an NBA player, making Agent Zero more like Agent Zeros. All right, and I think that's it there. Yeah, but the focal point I would just want to point out on here is the scriptures put you up on game. See, that's what the people of the world don't understand. They talk crap about they talk shit about the scriptures. You know, the Bible was written by a man, it's this white man's book, all this different stuff. But this book or these scriptures literally gives you the wisdom in order to move in life. It tells you, you know, it puts you up on game. Is what I like to call it. Okay, it lets you know everything you need to know to maneuver through life and to be successful. And when I say successful, I'm not talking about successful in this. Well, it actually does teach you how to be successful in this earth, meaning how to treat the earth, how to get fruit out of it, all these different things. But successful in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, okay, and was doing what's pleasing unto Him, which is most importantly. All right, so I'm gonna grab a few scriptures. All right, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 10. He that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver, nor he that loveth abundance with increase. This is also vanity. All right, so that's why you'll notice when these people make it big, as they say, you know, in the sports world, the music industry, the Hollywood, all that stuff. They're never satisfied. They always want more and more and more and more. These people be making millions of dollars and be depressed. All right. These people be making $1 million and want $2 million, making $2 million and want $3 million, making $3 million and want $20 million. You know, and so on and so forth. When the average person is not even gonna make $1 million in their lifetime, but you making $30 million. I'm just talking about on the low end. You making $30 million in 1 year. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on now. But, hey, it is what it is. All right. Let's see. It's Matthew chapter 6, verse 24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve the Most High and Mammon. And Mammon is reputation of money. Okay. Now I'm not saying that Gilbert Arenas was in the truth, or he most likely had knowledge of this truth. I will say that, but I'm not saying that he was in the truth or that he, you know, was focusing on Yahweh Hashem Yahushua in any way, shape, form, or fashion. But why do you think one reason why what made Solomon such the wisest and most richest and the richest king to ever live? Because he prayed for wisdom to lead his people. Okay, so think about this. You can either pray for wisdom or you can pray for money. Okay, you if you get money, you'll have it, but you'll foolishly spend it up like Gilbert Arenas did. But if you pray for wisdom, that wisdom will teach you. You know, that wisdom will teach you and show you how to obtain the money, and not only obtain the money or obtain the riches, but also maintain them and keep them. That's why that wisdom is so important. That's why, honestly, the true understanding of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, having that relationship with them, and getting close to him, and just the true understanding, knowledge of this word is the most important thing. This is what leads to life. Okay, let's see. It's 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 2. Feed the flock of the Most High, which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind. Now I brought this out that, like, once again, this ain't in reference to Gilbert Arenas, but this talking about people who get this understanding, who was only here for filthy lucre's sake, who was only here for the money, who was here for that fame. Okay. Also, I want to bring out another point. When you get that fame, it goes back to being famished. Okay, when you constantly want more and more, you're famished. Okay, you can never be satisfied. All right, because this just having that money and the riches and the glory therein is not satisfying here, because you have to give up. You got to compromise. You got to do things that ain't gonna be good. All right. And everyone has to do it, even if they say, well, no, they ain't do it, they ain't sell it. Yeah, they did. You did. Because if you truly serving Yahweh Shem Shai, you're not going to be successful. You're not going to be liked. You're not going to make money like that. All right. But he'll give you a daily bread. All right. This Proverbs chapter 13, verse 16. Every prudent man dealeth with knowledge. Okay. A prudent man is someone who actually looks, is circumspect, studies, examines, all those things. But a fool layeth open his folly. All right. And Gilbert Arenas just showed he was a fool. All right. And he laid it open because he did not deal with knowledge. He was not prudent. And this is what he didn't do. I mentioned it earlier, but this is why you gotta examine what you're doing. It says, this is Luke chapter 14:28. For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it? Okay. Least happily after he hath laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it began to mock him. Okay. So if you plan on building, like, I'll give you an example. If you plan on building a house, and I'll just say you don't know anything about construction or contractors and the work that goes into building a house. You just have the money, the funds for it. Okay, you have the funds for it. You get half. I've seen this before. I have actually seen this done plenty of times. You so-called have the funds for it, and you get halfway through a project and you run out of money to finish the project. You will count it as a fool. People will laugh at you. People will mock you. People will scorn you. Because why would you plan on building a house knowing you don't have the money to finish it? Okay? You got to count the cost. Same thing Gilbert Arenas need to do. If you wanted to play ball at the professional level, as they say, or for the NBA, then you needed to count the cost of what it takes to be in the NBA. What it takes to maintain that lifestyle. What's all going to come with it. Okay? Because first of all, that, I'm just going to throw a number out there. That 30 million easily turned into 15, 20 million that you actually get. All right. Then you got to maintain that 15, 20 million and distribute amongst, whatever all you got going on, whatever lifestyle you're trying to live. Okay. And it's a lot come along with that. Some people don't like the fame that come with it. Some people don't like doing the interviews. Some people don't like being a spokesperson. Some people don't like being a role model. You count the cost. All that comes along with it. Same thing in this truth. You're going to be hated. You're going to be mocked. You're going to be scorned. You're going to be lied on. You might end up fighting. You might go to jail. You might get killed. All that is a part of this truth. All that you have to count the cost before you come into this thing. Okay? Because you will be mocked if you fall out. All right? Let's get this here. This is Proverbs chapter 21, verse 5. The thoughts of the diligent tend only to plenteousness, but everyone that is hasty only to want. All right. So, when you're diligent, especially in this thing here, You tend only to plenteousness. So, you want to forward your work within this truth. You want to be, you want to strive for the mastery. All right. But if you hasty, you want it is that JG Whitworth is my money and I need it now. You will, you want that microwavable spirit. You want everything right here, right now, really quick. At the snap of a finger, you gonna come to naught. Okay, you hasty with it, you gonna be wanting. You gonna lose everything. Same thing what happened with Gilbert Arenas. Okay, like how he learned by staying in the arena. Hey, I need to take this time to build up my craft, to master, to become a master of my work, so that I may get on this court and show my worth. Okay, but before then, he assumed that he made an ass out of himself. He thought that he was going to be the top pick, and didn't even get to touch the floor because he wasn't worthy. He wasn't ready enough. All right. And so he was hasty with what he had, and he came to one. He lost it all, on bullshit, on foolishness. All right. Let's see. This is the last one I want to get here. This is Proverbs 30, chapter 24. There are 4 things which are little upon the earth, but they are exceeding wise. You see this? The ants are a people not strong, yet they prepare their meat in the summer. Okay? So, brought that out to show you the ants, separately, they are not strong. Okay? But as a body, they are very strong. When you look at the workmen of an ant, they're constantly working. They're constantly building. Even when they build their ant bed or ant pile, they're constantly bringing food in and out, bringing food in and out. They're always working. Okay, they're always working and then storing up. You see, but Gilbert Arenas did not store up. He just worked. He just worked and spent till he had nothing. Okay. So that's why we have to be as the ant. The ant is always working. The ant is always storing up. Okay. And more importantly, we need to store our treasures in heaven. Okay. Where moth and rust neither, they can't corrupt it. Okay. Where thieves can't break through and destroy it, like the scripture says. All right. But this is just a quick lesson. I just want to bring out this article here and kind of give some scriptures to go into it. Hope you edified in it. So call Allah Yahweh Shem Al Shabbat Shem Kakodash. Shalom.